So when you look at the side mirror, right, he literally saw like white. Like this one, right? Sitting like that, no? My name is Far.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales. Inspired by the classic MediaCorp series, we explore different aspects of Southeast Asia's supernatural culture, from supposedly haunted locations to creatures and spirits.
So for this episode, we take a detour from the norm and look at stories behind Asia's supposedly haunted roads. This episode's topic is inspired by the original Incredible Tales episode, Taxi.
We have to start this episode with Karak Highway. We read online and have heard from many people personally that the 60-kilometer long stretch that connects Kuala Lumpur to Genting Highland is Malaysia's most haunted highway. Built in 1970 and opened to the public in 1977, Karak Highway has been the site of several accidents, including a crash in 1990 that involved a bus, a lorry, a Federal Reserve Unit truck, 2 taxis, 6 cars, a crash that left 17 people dead. Personal experiences and articles have detailed stories about a yellow Volkswagen that chases drivers, seemingly lost boy searching for his mother, and something sinister disguised as a beautiful woman, and a whole lot more. But there's one particularly infamous story about Karak Highway. There are a few variations of the story, but the gist is always the same. A husband and a wife, along with their infant child, are traveling around Karak Highway late at night. Their car breaks down and the husband goes to look for help, but not before telling his wife to stay in their vehicle. She waits for a while, but the husband doesn't return. Soon, she starts to hear scratching noises from the roof of their car, but she still doesn't get out. A police vehicle eventually pulls up beside the couple's car, slowly. The officers instruct the wife to take her child and walk to their car, but tell her not to turn around. She follows their instructions, but once she's safe in their car and they are driving off, she risks taking a look back. On the roof of her vehicle, she sees a Pontianak eviscerating her husband. We could probably do an entire episode dedicated to Karak stories. But just to give you an idea of how cursed this highway is, there's a whole movie about it. The film, according to the studio's description, is, quote, based on urban legends and other chilling sightings, end quote.
Yeah.
Karak Highway.
How do they fit all of that into one movie?
And they did. I watched the movie. They managed
How?
to do it 2 hours. It was pretty good actually. I enjoyed it. It was the 2000s, the late 2000s ones. Yeah.
But there are a lot of versions of Karak Highway actually.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm not wrong, there's another Malaysian movie which is a group of friends, right? Are you referring to that, a group of friends, or the one that the husband and the wife?
The group of friends.
the group
Group of friends, right? That one, right? Yeah.
But that one, like, they do almost every single one.
Yeah.
They saw every single ghost.
That's the one where they kind of tie it all together, right? Like all the different occurrences along Karak Highway are connected to each other.
Yeah.
It's because of like maybe one family or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember there's one about the radio DJ getting a call at night.
Oh, okay.
This is something that you
Yes,
you will know.
So I heard about that also. So apparently there was this. I think he did like a. Was it a horror show? I don't think it's a horror show. It's like more of like
Like a talk show kind of thing.
talk show,
Yeah.
right? So there's this caller call, and then she was just. I think it was a she.
Yeah.
She was just explaining how she died in a bus crash or a car crash.
Car crash.
And they got spooked, you know.
Yeah.
And apparently when I read the comments, apparently it's not planted. It's an actual call.
Yeah.
And then the person was like crying, right?
It was really creepy.
And it was 2 hosts. 2 of them, they were in the studio. It was Malaysian radio,
Malaysia,
right?
yeah.
And then they were obviously freaked out. And then it's like, are you okay? Do you need me to call someone to help you?
And then like if I'm not wrong, like when she called, like, she was actually like very devastated. Like, I think she did wrong with her mother or something. And then like then the accident happened, and then she didn't get to apologize or something like that. Yeah.
My favorite part of that story is the next day when the DJ finds out. that the accident happened exactly at the time that she called, or just before the time that she
And it
called.
was like years ago,
Yeah.
Years ago. That incident happened, I think it was years ago. And it's not recent. Okay, I mean for Karak Highway, right? You guys heard about the yellow Volkswagen.
Yes.
You guys heard about the Pontianak.
Yeah.
Any other stories you guys heard for Karak Highway?
Not directly at Karak lah, but Karak cuts through like this mountainous area, right?
yeah.
And on top there's a very famous casino on the mountain.
Okay.
Right? Then so there are temples there. So one of the stories that I heard is a bit out there lah. One of the stories that I heard from a family member is that there are a few spiritual masters. They will go there and meditate. So some of them apparently they all meditated to a certain level, right? They started seeing the spirits of the mountain like coming out of the mountain. So we're talking about like actual like a giant snake or something, or like something resembling a naga or a dragon that's around the mountain because it's very high up. So you can see like a bit of like the fog and the clouds, right? Then they saw that lah when they were meditating. So that's really out there. Like this, believe it or not lah. But even for me, I was like, wow, you're telling me that there's like a big snake that's inside the mountains itself, a bit out there. But then again, we're talking about a highway that cuts through this whole entire area. Whether if there's a lot of energies that are there, we also cannot be sure, right?
So, Karak Highway, I remember reading this story for my show. I don't know why, but it's usually a couple. Okay, so there's this husband and wife. Okay, they are married, right? So they are not skedoodling, right? So they're husband and wife, and I think their toddler was sleeping behind at the back. So it's a normal. Just imagine a normal sedan car, right?
Yeah.
And then they were driving through Karak Highway. So when they were driving, the wife suddenly smelled something very, very bad, like very pungent, like the smell of feces or like the smell of like a dead rat or something.
Yeah.
So she like, what's this smell? Then she turned around, go check the toddlers, the kids' pampers right, to see whether, but the pampers is empty. And then she turned to her husband. Her husband is driving, right? She turned to her husband. She asked her husband, hey, do you smell this? What's this smell? And then the husband took one glance at the rear view mirror, right? Like driving. Then she turned around. He turned around to his wife, said, don't talk about it anymore. Just recite some prayers. And then they did recite some prayers. And after a while, after they drive around for a while, then the smell is gone. Long story short, they got home. And then the husband told his wife that when he took a glance at the rear view mirror, right, he saw one small kid, okay, like one small kid was sitting beside their kid that was sleeping. But the kid is like, like I'm sorry to say this, but like a homeless kid.
Right.
Like the shirt is like torn. It's a girl. It's a girl.
Yeah.
Long hair, but then just sitting like this. Not doing anything. So I'm not sure, but maybe the girl need a ride or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Oh man.
So I've read that show. Someone sent in that story, but I'm not sure.
Have you been to Karak yourself?
I think once, but unintentionally. So we were from that mountain place, all right, and then I think there was like a jam, like a traffic hold up or something. We were supposed to take the other route, but then Waze at that point of time, I think it was Waze, either Waze or Google Maps. I think it's Waze. Waze took us to this another route, which is now that I know is Karak Highway apparently, right? So when I was there, I didn't notice this because I wasn't driving. It was my brother. I was sitting behind with my mom. So apparently, I'm not sure whether this is true or not, but we were at that Karak Highway for quite some time, because we want to avoid the jam at the other route, right? So we go through Karak Highway. But apparently my mom said we were at that Karak Highway, right, for a very long time. And every time she told me, every time she passed by the same thing over and over again. But then we didn't notice. That's the thing.
To be fair, it's not just a Karak Highway thing. And we do have something similar in another one of the stories, but it's something that Art also brought out in the previous season as well. This whole idea of the never-ending road. It's one thing to see something on a highway because, I don't know how fast the car can travel in terms of flying. Nobody's ever measured like her kilometers per hour, how high she can hit.
Okay.
But at least that case, right? Okay, if you want to, you can try to outrun her. You can try to outrun a Panangal, whatever it is. But if you cannot escape, Is it the history? Is it the energy? Just the energy in the area and everything? Because as far as I remember seeing, there wasn't any history to Karak in terms of at least the war. But what is in the history books versus what actually happened during the war, that's a whole other thing altogether lah.
Actually, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, you probably could tie into what's inside the mountain, right?
Yeah.
Because mountain usually got a lot of it's very old, like got a lot of ancient spirits, right? We don't know, maybe Orang Banyan also can be there.
They might live there, you know.
Yeah, they might live there. So when you go in, then maybe you enter into their realm, then you cannot get out.
You get lost.
It takes a while for you to get out, so that kind of thing. In Mandarin, we call it 鬼遮眼, means that the ghosts cover your eyes. So you need to find a way out. Yeah, sometimes it takes, like, it may feel like 15 minutes, but it's more
than that.
More than that. Then you're
You
like,
keep on passing the same road.
yeah.
I saw this just now.
Yeah. I think the creepy part about Karak for me is more like how close we are to it. Like, for example, like if I drive, I can go there, I can reach there probably at night.
Yeah, probably like in 4 hours, 5 hours.
Yeah.
Talking about Karak Highway, right? Because of the ghost stories, right? Because of, the yellow Volkswagen and whatnot, and people say that it's a haunted highway. There's a lot of syndicate that happened there also.
Really?
The what?
There's a lot of syndicate that happened there.
Oh.
Yeah, so like people use the fact that people are scared of the road. So whenever they will plant, like, I think I heard the story from like my mom or something. So they will plant like a car, right? They will plant a car. So whenever like a real car like pass by, right? Then the car that is planted, they will follow them. Follow them, then they will find a right place, a right time, and they will like, give me your money.
Yeah. Robbers ah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they are I heard of those syndicates before. So
That's
they are riding on the haunted place,
wow, I feel like there's like a film there, right? What if like this bunch of syndicate, they try to rob the yellow Volkswagen? Then because like he give like normal person give, but then they go back, right? It's hell money.
Or like all leaf.
Yeah, all leave or hell money. Wow, jialat.
Or that one I don't know what to say already. Like, wow, I just got robbed. I don't know whether he or she still wants to be a robber.
Quite frankly, if I was a robber and I accidentally robbed the ghost, that is clearly a sign, right, that I need to turn my life around now.
So far, I'm
Yeah.
you're right? Would you ever ride through Karak Highway?
Okay.
I love the
For riding, right? I drove to Thailand before. Okay, I drove to Phuket before. I drove to Hat Yai before. But I rode. I think the furthest I rode is to the mountain area. Right. So before I went to the mountain area, it was a smaller bike lah. I rode RXZ, right? I went to Malacca. So on the way back, right? It doesn't have to go far. It doesn't have to go to Karak Highway. You know how Malaysia's highway is, right?
Yeah.
So usually, I think the highways after Malacca going towards Kuala Lumpur, right? Usually it will be super dark. There's no lamppost.
Yeah.
There will only be light if there's an exit, right? So imagine I was riding a 2-stroke bike and my piston jammed. And behind me, all right, my auntie pillion me. And this auntie is known to get possessed easily.
Oh my
God.
God.
And then, so I was riding, then my bike broke, My bike like suddenly shut down. And then I have to like maneuver to the left, right, to the road shoulder, right? Just imagine, right? It was legit pitch dark. And I wasn't afraid of, people robbing me. I was afraid, what if my auntie, right, suddenly got possessed, then I had to chase her. You get what I mean? It was really dark, but luckily, it wasn't that bad. So I was the first one to go, and then my brothers were behind me. So they came over, and they helped me out. So if you were to ask me, would I want to ride my bike to go through Karak Highway, right? I would say no, especially alone, no. You give me $10,000, so I would. I like my life,
You like your life.
I treasure.
So for the next one, in 2014, an online poll was conducted among 40,000 netizens to find out what were the top 10 haunted sites in Taiwan. The Taipei-Yilan Highway was the clear winner. The mountain road that takes you from New Taipei's Xingdian district to Yilan County is known for its many twists and turns. The highway has also been the site of many fatal accidents, earning it the nickname the Highway of Death. Some motorists claim to have seen some ghostly apparitions and floating figures shrouded in white. It's been said that picking up female hitchhikers along this highway won't end well. An article we read online interviewed a Yilan County councillor who said the highway had seen reduced traffic and fewer accidents since the Xuan Tunnel began operating in 2006. The councillor added, quote, "A program has been implemented to widen the road and it was made more beautiful with landscaping works. The ghost stories are from the past and have no connections to the road's new work." So Wayne and I talked about this on our own show about the Bei Yi Highway, which is a part of the Taipei Yilan Highway. A couple of online sources state that unburned or partially burned ghost paper, which is like hell money, can be seen along this stretch, adding to the place's vibes. Taiwan News apparently had an article dedicated to Beiyi and other spooky places in Taiwan, but it has been since taken down. It's probably a coincidence, but it's still a very eerie coincidence.
Can I just say, if you have to have a statement
Right.
saying that you don't have to worry about ghost stories along a highway, I'm quite sure you have to worry about ghost stories along a highway.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like, no ghosts here anymore. I'm like, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you go to Taipei, right, like you go half up the mountains, right, which is near that stretch of highways, right, you can already feel the vibes already.
Yeah.
It's like very eerie.
Eerie.
Something is
Mountain roads, and there are a few temples that are on the way up also. Yeah, so a lot of people like to go there. Singaporeans, when they go on tours, they will go there to pray for good luck lah.
Okay.
But of course, creepy place.
Yeah, but I mean that's the thing. That's one thing about roads, because name me one road that has no accidents before. Probably every road, right?
Yeah.
So whenever there's like loss of life,
Yeah.
something might still be there lingering around. You get what I mean?
Yeah. And I have this feeling, right? Roads are humans' way of claiming back nature.
Yeah.
So like you forcefully bash through the nature, right? You know, like forest, you just bash through,
Yep.
and then you just build a road. Like it's through the mountains. You don't know what was there.
True. Actually,
Then you
quite true.
forcefully bash through it, and then you build. Then your car go.
So obviously the entity there might be angry also. Hey, it's my home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why are you breaking my mountain? You know?
Yeah.
You said there was a lot of temples along this highway, right?
Not along this highway, towards lah.
Oh,
because
towards
it goes up the mountain one. Then it's along towards the highway, and I think they are there for a reason.
Yep.
They don't just pop up for no reason. And when there's accident, right, then usually when it's fatal accident, then they will have to send like the undertaker to go and take the bodies, collect and send it to the morgue. So that journey itself also another
Confirm.
creepy one.
Yeah.
Imagine like that road, right? Constantly having that. Also not good for the energy, what?
Yeah, obviously. Because you don't know what's following the thing also. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So there he is taking the body, but then something might follow also. You get what I mean?
Especially for the Chinese, right? They believe in 替死鬼 means that the replacement spirit.
Replacement spirit?
So like for example, this person, right?
Oh.
Let's say got into an accident because of a ghost.
Uh-huh.
So that means the ghost before him, he took the place of the ghost before him.
Uh-huh.
Then that ghost can reincarnate or something. Then he will be the ghost to haunt the next one.
Oh, so
Then it's a
constant loop.
It's a vicious cycle.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's why it's that's what some of the Chinese believe lah. Like it's a cycle. So it's like karmic. That's why they want to haunt. Like that's why you also link to the water spirits, the sea spirits, right? They will pull you down because they want to replace you. They want you to replace them.
And the next one.
And then you go and you keep doing the cycle lor.
Oh.
Yeah. Then until like maybe some spiritual master go and break the cycle or something lah. So I guess that is also why the roads there are super haunted, because there's a lot of replacement going on. Yeah.
So it's like this type of roads, right? Usually, have you guys heard like especially like mountain areas? Sometimes not that people want to drive slow. Not because they are scared they will go drive down or whatever. But sometimes they drive slow because they are afraid something will fly or walk past in front of their car.
Yeah.
And they will lose control. You ever heard of
very
that story?
dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not just the mountain roads though. Like first ever ghost story I heard about a road. I think it was near Lim Chu Kang Cemetery. So this woman stops a cab and she asked the cab driver, "Uncle, can you take me to wherever lah?" So as he's driving along, right, this figure runs in front of the car. and turns to face the car. Suddenly just runs in front of the car. And the figure has no face. Just whatever skin tone, no eyes, no nose, no mouth. Just no features on the face. And then the woman is like, uncle, did you see that? There was that man with no face. And the taxi uncle just goes, "Ayah, you imagining things lah." So he keeps driving, and it happens twice more. And both times, the lady in back is, "Uncle, come on, you have had to see that. That man just ran past on there." After the third time, the taxi driver just turns to face the woman and goes, "Oh, you mean like this, ah?" And then he turns around, and the taxi driver also got no face. I still remember I was probably like 13, 14. The very first story I heard specifically ghost story about the road.
So back to Taipei, right? I just recall a story. There's this story that I heard online where it's basically a group of friends. Young university students. They're like, hey, we go rounding, right? At night we go rounding. But they on scooters lah. So,
like e-scooters?
No, like scooters.
Scooters.
Scooters, bikes. And it's up the mountain, right? It's not all the way up, halfway up only. So they're like, okay, we go rounding there. Okay. So there were 5 of them. 2 of them were a couple. Then one is one guy. So they went up. Then it's very foggy. They went up. They're like, the guy who was single, I think he rode in the front alone. But I think he's scared lah. Then he's like, okay, y'all got pillion, right? Then y'all watch my back.
Okay.
Yeah, y'all watch my back. So I ride fast. Then they go up. So as they are going up the mountain, right, he felt that his bike was getting heavier and heavier.
Oh, I know this one.
Yeah. Then, right, I think they stopped at there's a pavilion. They stopped at the pavilion. And this pavilion is also known to be haunted because people like to end themselves there at the pavilion. So a lot of fatalities there lah. So they sit there, chill. Then nothing much happened lah. Then they're like, okay, time to go back. So go down, right? So when all of them go down, this time round he's the last one. So they left. Then as he goes, right, he's trying to speed up, but he cannot catch his friends. His friends go faster and faster, and then it's very foggy. It's like mountain, so very foggy. So he felt that his bike was getting slower and slower, like almost like something dragging the bike down. Then he did not dare to look back, but he caught a glimpse of a hand on him from the back, from the rearview mirror. By the time they went to the meeting point, which is outside a convenience store, the friend's like, we've been trying to call you for the past 1 hour.
Oh, damn.
Where were you? Why are you so slow? He said, where were you? I said, no, you all go in front of me already. I don't know where you all go. I said, no. We went up and then we cannot find you. Then he said, where the hell are you? I said, no, we were chilling at the pavilion. We talking all. They said, no, we cannot find you. So we went back to the convenience shop. Then he said, then who the hell was I talking to?
Oh my day.
At the pavilion. So he was alone at the pavilion talking to ghosts.
Who look like his friends.
Now there's a few endings to this story. So the one ending is that nothing happened to him. Like he went back to his days. Another one was that he got very, very sick. He went home, then he got like high fever. Then the mom like sent him. Then they go get like tanki to clear the spirits. And the most dark ending is the last one where he actually perished in an accident a few days later. Yeah, quite a fatal accident. So like depending on the version that you hear or listen to, that's the story. Yeah. That's the most famous story that I've heard of that place. Yeah, it's damn creepy. Yeah.
Kashedi Ghat on the Mumbai-Goa highway is often regarded as one of India's most haunted highways. Climbing through the Sahyadri Mountains, Kashedi Ghat is known for sharp bends, steep climbs, but thanks partly to its sometimes misty atmosphere, it's also earned a reputation for being an eerie stretch to drive through. Some drivers have supposedly seen ghosts in the middle of the road or claim to have been trapped in an endless loop, though this is a highway known for its many twists and turns. Others have said that the stretch is haunted by flesh-eating witches who target anyone carrying non-vegetarian food with them. There's also been reports of mysterious figure that will try to stop your vehicle, and if you refuse to stop for this figure, you are destined to meet with a major accident.
I mean, India is large lah. I'm sure there's a lot of these kind of highways.
And that's the thing, like this is just, I'm quite sure we can find like 2 or 3 other highways or at least a few other highways that are very similar to this in India. But the thing that jumps out at me is the flesh-eating witch that stops you for carrying non-vegetarian food. Because that I feel like is specific to this one particular highway. I haven't heard or seen any stories that are similar to this on any other highways in India. It's quite interesting also considering that it's a largely vegetarian country. So to have that particular thing that's focused on that particular country's culture or dominant religion or anything, but this is very specific to India.
So why do you think this flesh-eating witches target, carrying people who carry non-vegetarian food with them? Of course, they are disrespecting the religion.
Yeah. Is it? I think that's probably it I think it's just the disrespect, which is such a weird dichotomy, right? You've got it's a religious practice to be vegetarian, and understandable as well. But then you got the flip side of that. It's like, if you're not going to do that, well, this flesh-eating witch will come for you and then devour you. And I'm like, in the confines of the religion, yes, of course, it's very disrespectful and everything, but the punishment is very extreme, almost defiling the religion in that way. So it's horrifying, man.
I don't know, I feel like my take is slightly different in a sense whereby it could be that meat triggers the witches to appear. Oh. Then they have they want to eat.
Yeah. Because
then they want to eat the meat. But then they see there's something better, flesh and blood, live one. Then I eat this one lah. You know what I mean?
It's like a bait.
Yeah, so you trigger them, then they come after you. It's not that they are, because you are saying that because vegetarian is part of the religion. Part of the religion. They are not deities or anything. Yeah. Why would they enforce that?
Yeah, exactly.
And, so I would say that it could possibly be a trigger. So you attract them, you drop blood in sea, then the sharks will come. It's probably similar to that. I don't know.
It's like baiting.
Yeah, baiting.
So technically you are the bait.
Yeah, you become the bait then they chase after you.
I was thinking more along lines of, you come down there expecting appetizer, then you get a full main course. It's like, wow.
My treat. Yeah.
But have you heard of any stories of riders that got chased by entities while riding?
Chased by entities, no, but the bike story is normal. So whenever I've heard stories that people share with me before, whenever when they are young, they like to go to adventure, right? So they like to go to all these scary places, with their bikes, friends, and they just lepak there, right? Sit around. So usually it happens when they want to go back. So when they want to go back, they will feel that suddenly their bike got so heavy, So the engine started to but the bike is not moving. So those type of stories I usually hear amongst the riders. Some stories that I heard before, I think this happened in Malaysia. So again, the bike got heavy, but this time around, instead of, you said it was a hand, right? It's actually he felt like there's a hair, you know when your peripheral vision, you can see the hair like that, right? So when you look at the side mirror, right, he literally saw white, this one, right? Sitting like that, no. So what he did, right? He see, the side mirror you can face up, right? Yeah. So he literally face up, then he pray, then after a while he got lighter and lighter. Right? Mostly that's what I usually hear for riders.
In Singapore?
In Singapore, it happens before. Singapore, I think for the kakak sitting at the back, I think that one is in Malaysia. Yeah.
Wow, creepy. So it's not easy. You order late night supper, then people still have to...
It's not easy. It's not easy.
People still have to endure the spiritual side of things,
Tip your delivery riders. Especially if you're getting late night supper, tip them a lot. Let's focus, my segue game not as strong as yours, but let's focus on cars that don't normally have passengers.
Okay.
So we're going to return to Singapore, specifically Old Upper Thomson Road. Before the F1 was a big deal, there was the Singapore Grand Prix. Old Upper Thomson Road was part of this race from 1961 to 1973, along with other car and motorcycle races. It was during this period when one of the most difficult sections of this course earned the nickname the Devil's Bend, because it was a difficult turn at the best of times and a dangerous one at the worst. In the relatively short time that the road was used for the Singapore Grand Prix, the Devil's Bend led to the deaths of 7 drivers. After 1973, its reputation only continued to grow. The stretch came to be known as a site for several accidents. In 2008, for example, 2 polytechnic students lost their lives in a crash along Devil's Bend. So it's no wonder that many claim the stretch is haunted. Numerous drivers claim to have seen ghosts, but the most notorious story has been one told by taxi drivers who say that they would pick up passengers that would pay with hell notes. So
have you been to Devil's Bend?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's quite sharp.
it's quite sharp, right?
Yeah. I cycled there also. Very dangerous. Don't do it. I did it at night.
One of the stories that I heard about that band, right, is, you know, whenever, like, I think this is like later on, I think 2000s, early 2000s, when people go there to test their skills, you know, especially the riders. So they test their skills, you know, cornering skills. So I heard a lot of stories where all these riders get into an accident because whenever they are cornering, right, you know, when you're cornering, you are leaning towards it, right? So usually at the side of the road, they will see like a kakak just like boo like that. And then
my
they will
God.
lose balance and then they will got into an accident lah. Yeah. So that's one of the most common thing I heard about the Devil's Bend.
My geography, not the best in the world. It's quite close to Lonnie Road, right?
Yes.
Okay. That means that a friend of mine told me the story about that place and he got into an accident either along Upper Thomson Road or closer to Lonnie Road. So around that area anyway. It's similar to what you say where they saw a kakak on the road and then they got into a crash down there. So my friend was riding on there and he's a relatively safe rider. Like, you know, I mean, everybody makes mistakes here and there, but he was always relatively safe. And I think he was riding with his girlfriend at the time. And he was riding down that stretch and he saw, the way he described it is a very black dog. But dog doesn't seem to really fit the description. It almost seems like the shape of a creature, but it was black, just pitch black. So like no features, nothing like that. It's just, I guess the closest thing he could compare it to was a dog lah, because it looked like it was on all fours. And when he saw that, immediately he swerved. I think, if I'm not wrong, this was his first accident on a bike ever. And he just swerved off the thing. And he swears by it. Like, you know, we were all, once we knew him and his girlfriend were fine, we were all joking, sure, a black dog, not that you weren't paying attention, but he was always serious. I'm telling you, I saw this black shape down there and then I swerved off and then I crashed on there. So same area. So it wasn't car, but it was something lah that he saw.
Some entity lah.
Yeah.
Come to think about it, I'm quite lucky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean like, but like all this while like, I've been riding, right? I don't really like face this sort of issues.
Oh,
like thank God. Speaking of car, have you heard about a taxi incident?
Sorry, yeah. Go ahead.
I think there's two. I'm not sure this is an urban legend or it's a true story. But have you heard about, so there's these two sisters lah, right? So they were driving and then their car got broke down. I think this happened in the 1990 or like early 2000s. So their car broke down, I think at Eunos area or something. And then it was right after Maghrib, and then they were trying to like fix the car lah, but I cannot start back, right? So they just park at the side. Then one of them ran to the public phone, go and call the brother, ask them what to do. Then the brother say, just put the car at the side, go find a taxi lah, right? So they waited, they hail the taxi, no taxi, no. Like imagine that timing, but no taxi. So they waited, then suddenly got one taxi pop up out of nowhere, like pop up, stop by the side of the road, then like, come in like that. So they go in. So when these two ladies go in, right, these sisters go in, they sit at the back, and then they had a conversation. So the taxi driver, then they described the taxi driver as like very old, like very old, but like, how are you, like normal taxi driver. So they had this conversation for so long, so they wanted to go to Eunos. So for example, Bedok, I can't recall the precise location, but it's from Bedok to Eunos or Eunos from Bedok, I forget already lah. But Bedok to Eunos, how many minutes only? Like maybe at max 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Yeah. So imagine, they will talk to a point that suddenly when they look at the watch, right, it's like more than an hour already, They still, I don't know, they like stuck in one realm, right? Never ending. Then suddenly, like they tried to like, hey, are we reaching yet? They asked the taxi driver, are we reaching yet? Then 5 minutes later, they suddenly reach at the void deck, right? So they want to pay lah, the taxi driver, right? They want to pay the taxi uncle. So they give money, but then the taxi uncle didn't want the money. He didn't want the money. So okay lah. Then the sister go down already. Then the younger sister, right, tried to pay, still trying to pay. Then the uncle don't want, it's okay. Then the sister like, hey, faster, go out the car. When the younger sister go out, they walk towards the lift lobby, right? When they turn behind, the taxi, right, it's actually not a taxi. It's like a very, very, very old car, like, very rusty, like I think the glass broke or what. It's like, yeah, it's that sort of vehicle, it's like very old. And then the car suddenly just disappeared like that.
Wow, this is hardcore.
I don't know whether this is urban legend. I'm not sure whether this is a true story, but this is one of the stories that one of the senders sent it to me. This question is for everyone. Have you personally experienced anything while driving down a supposedly haunted road?
Went to abandoned military camps. We went to Bukit Brown Cemetery. Drive inside.
Oh, Bukit Brown, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my friend, he drove a pickup. Then I was the lucky one. I sit inside the cab with him. Then two guys sit outside. You know, the open one. So we just sat outside. We just drive through Bukit Brown for half an hour. It was like a challenge thing. Hey, you there or not? There lah. Okay, two of us, we sit behind.
This one like ego, fighting ego.
Yeah, they're fighting. The two of them, they sit down. They say, wow, chill only, it's okay. Yeah, just inside. Inside I also scared because when we high beam, right, you can see everything. You can see all the tombs. It's damn scary. Then we also drove through Lim Chu Kang.
Lim Chu Kang, okay.
I think Lim Chu Kang is the most creepiest vibe. I feel. Yeah.
I think for me, unintentionally, I don't know if you guys know, Serimbun.
Yes.
So back then, I had one of my auntie actually worked at OBS. It's near there. When I was younger, I didn't know that place is scary lah. That place is haunted. But then as I grew older, then my mom used to say, dulu, last time you always follow us, go fetch our auntie, what, right? Go fetch my sister, what? That place is actually very, very haunted, right? So I didn't know lah. I didn't know. I think Serimbun, and then what else? Old Tampines Road. I used to deliver for one fast food company. So whenever I need to hantar, I was about to say Malay. Whenever I need to deliver to like Hougang area, I need to pass by Old Tampines Road.
Oh, you have to go through lah.
Yeah.
Because it's the fastest lah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything happen?
No, that's why I say it. Like, but that's why I say like
Creepy about this situation, but there's things that just don't really add up lah. So we're going to a hot wings chicken place at the public area along Seletar Air Base. We were driving there, and it's not like my friend hadn't driven there before. Now, yes, there was a lot of construction going on, so things change here and there, but still you could get the basic idea of where everything was, even though there was like renovation, construction down here. We tried driving there, and normally it would take us, from the moment you enter the Seletar Air Base area, it would normally take us like 5 minutes tops to get to the spicy chicken wings place. This time around, it took us about 15 to 20 minutes, and we kept taking wrong turns everywhere. And it's not a complicated road by any stretch. We just kept taking wrong turns. We kept ending up in different like areas that were under construction. We're like, how the hell did we end up here? And like the more I think back about it, the more I was thinking to myself, how did that even happen? I think it was later on. What I found interesting was later on, when we were doing our own show, somebody submitted a story about how they saw Penanggal in the area, and that same thing happened to them also. They kept getting turned around along a road that's relatively straightforward and simple, and then in one of these areas, they happened to see like a glowing light in the rear view mirror.
A glowing red orb. Is it?
Yeah, and then
sorry, were you guys having fun in the car?
Were we having? Were we?
No.
We were actually.
As in before you realize like you keep on taking the wrong turns, right? Were you like laughing out?
Honestly, we were. We were laughing the entire way through.
I think that's why in Malay, right, there's this saying, jangan ketawa banyak sangat nanti nangis. So which translate to don't laugh too much, you will cry later on. And I think this is one of those cases that, like, I don't know why, but whenever you have too much fun, this kind of entity tends to like misguide you, like, oh, I want to have some fun too, let's put you, make you turn the wrong way.
All right. So it's that time once again where we will put the gears down. Clearly not a driver. We put the gears down, start slowing down the car and hit the brakes. Kyle, please share with us the morbid fact of the day.
So according to a clinical psychologist, right, the reason why we slow down when we drive by traffic accidents is because we want to know as many details as we can. The psychologist says, quote, "You want reassurance that this couldn't happen to you because you're safer than that," end quote.
Yeah.
I think maybe you can add one more lah, like Singaporeans want the number.
Because honestly, right, okay, maybe psychologically, subconsciously at the back of my mind, I've never ever known anybody slow down around an accident, right? Not to get 40 number.
Yeah.
But for me, right, whenever I pass by like an accident, right, it's just for me to check like not my family member.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good.
I think that's fair. That's
yeah.
fair.
But if they want the number, why just don't have to slow down that much? Right? Just drive slow. And
People
go,
are. I mean, nowadays people just rip out their smartphones, right, and then they just film it.
And then because of them,
And they post, yeah.
Because of them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Aiyo.
And it's, I think, morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there's a saying that you want to see an accident. Like you can't turn away from an accident because you want to see, what happened? Kepo, what happened? I think it's quite universal.
All right, thank you to all of you for tuning into Tales from Incredible Tales. New episodes go online every week on MeWatch, MeListen, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Far, and we'll see you next time.